about? Well, basically, I am starting a new challenge. You might have seen that, about 2 months ago, I started a 90-day challenge to become one of the top 10 leaders with the company I work with and be one of the few women on their leaderboard. And I don't know if you followed it or not, but basically, after about a month, something strange happened, which is what I wanted to share with you that you might be able to learn from. So you can avoid doing this. But I basically got a bit distracted from the challenge and started a new one because it was, long story, it was laid down on Facebook, and I said yes without knowing what it was, and then I didn't want to go back on my word, so I did it. And it was to make 30 videos in 7 days, but it did kind of take me off track because after that finished, I didn't want to make any videos for about a week. If you like chocolate and then you eat, 50 chocolate bars in 2 days, you can't eat chocolate again for a little while. And that basically happened, even if you love chocolate and I love videos. But basically what's happened is the fire is back. I listened to a new call yesterday with another guy actually, and there's another part to this that I'm going to get to in a second about the guy thing. If you know me, you might know where this is going. But no, not Johnny Depp, something else. But basically, he is a 21-year-old man in Austria. English is his second language. He came from literally nowhere, started from scratch, broke, had to borrow money to start his business. But in 90 days, he went from zero to nearly $100,000. And income disclaimer, his results are crazy. Far from average. You can read average results in a link I'll put around this video. But I did want to share that because his story was such a great example of what happens when you're bold and you think big. And he was a bit scared to make that challenge, he admitted it, but he just kept speaking it out and speaking it out and speaking it out and started to make it happen, started to make it into a reality. And I've heard of stories like that a lot, but just to hear how quickly he'd done that and to hear it from his mouth himself and how humble he was about it, it just really inspired me. And it got me thinking, I keep getting inspired by all these men, I'd love for there to be more women on these calls, more women coming on sharing their story and their crazy stories. So I've decided that I'm restarting my challenge, and I'm adding a financial piece to it because I was a bit, to be honest, I kind of backed off doing that last time because I for whatever reason, there could be thousands. If you know my past, I've had a bit of a conflictual history with money. But I decided this time I'm going to copy this guy and just be very clear, set a financial target, which if I hit it, I will be on that leaderboard in any way. It would just be impossible almost not to be. So the target now is to hit 75,000 US dollars or more in the next 90 days. So today's the 27th of May when I'm making this, and so that means by the 27th of August. So that's my new challenge. I'm coming out and giving you the financial figures as well, hence the and something that I thought of was that, I think sometimes as women, we sort of shy away from making big moves. Not all women, obviously, I'm not making a blanket statement, but you do see it a lot, in a classroom when they ask the kids, to answer a question. It's usually the boys that will put up their hand first and will speak first. And so I just noticed that happening in different areas of life, and including on the internet. So I've just, if you're a woman, you're watching this, and you know that you could be on the leaderboard, that you could create massive results, that you don't mind putting in some work to achieve your dream so that you can be free. Something that he said in that call is that there's a saying, entrepreneurship is being willing to do for a few years what most people won't do in order to live how most people will never live the rest of your life. I.e. work your off for a while to live the rest of your life in freedom. And he said that he didn't really like the part about years because he always felt like it could be quicker. So he gave himself 90 days. I mean, isn't that just such a Harry Potter thing to do? But I love that. I love that audacity. So I'm going to be more audacious and put a financial target out there, and also be one of the women that comes onto that call and shares my story. And if you have a similar vision to me, my vision is to help create an army of wealthy change makers, people that can live free, take care of themselves, enjoy a great lifestyle, not get ill from overwork, as I've done before in the past, but also can do things that make a difference because they just want to. I like doing stuff like that. I always have done. And so, when you have the time and the money to do it, it's a lot easier. So if your vision matches that in any way, whether you're female or male, then get in touch with me or click the link around this video and just make a start, because no one's going to come and just give you your dream. We have to start actually moving towards it and making it happen. And I'll finish with this. Something else that this guy said, AK his name is, was that the only difference between someone who hadn't got those results and him getting those results was that he just decided he was going to do it. He just made that commitment and was willing to even keep going, even when at times he wanted to quit, when he felt like the universe was testing him. And he got there, and I was on a stage this week speaking about this, inspiring 1,000 people, which is how I got to hear about him. So thank you so much for watching. I'm going to be making more videos, sharing this journey, and letting you know how it's going, not getting distracted this time, and hitting that target in the next 90 days. Alright, so thank you so much, and I shall see you soon.